While modern people rely on expensive probiotics and supplements for gut health, the ancient world consumed 10 specific grains, grains mentioned directly in scripture. Grains that didn't just fill you up, but healed your gut, strengthened your microbiome, and stopped chronic inflammation. What were these sacred grains, and why are gut health experts today rediscovering them? Most people think of grains as a carbohydrate source. The ancient world thought of them as medicine, and modern gastroenterology is now beginning to understand why they were right. Today I'm walking you through 10 ancient grains, each one mentioned in the Bible, consumed for thousands of years, and now scientifically validated for their ability to restore your gut microbiome, immune system, and metabolic health. This list isn't just interesting, it's life-changing. Stay until the end, because number 1 is a synergistic grain that appeared in the 7 food list God gave to Moses, and modern nutritional science is still trying to explain why it works so well. 10 grains, thousands of years of wisdom. Let's get into it. Number 10. Rye. Let's start here. Rye is a grain that's almost been forgotten in the Western world, but in northern and eastern European communities, especially in cold climates where wheat wouldn't grow, rye was the staple grain that kept people alive for thousands of years. In biblical times, rye was the grain of poor people, a grain that grew in harsh conditions, producing crops even in less fertile soil. But this poor grain was doing something in the body that rich people's food couldn't. Rye contains significantly higher amounts of soluble fiber than wheat, and this fiber doesn't just pass through your digestive system, it actively transforms your gut microbiome. Research has found that people consuming whole-grain rye bread show measurable increases in beneficial bacterial species like lactobacillus and bifidobacterium in their guts. These bacteria produce short-chain fatty acids, especially butyrate, which feed the gut lining and reduce inflammation. And here's what's even more remarkable. Rye has a much lower glycemic index compared to wheat, meaning it doesn't spike your blood sugar rapidly. Instead, it provides slow, steady energy and improves insulin resistance over time. Traditionally, rye bread was made through fermentation, which makes nutrients more bioavailable and breaks down phytic acid. The ancient world didn't know this, but they observed the results. Rye was quiet. It wasn't flashy, but people who ate it every day had guts that worked better. And that was enough. Rye was the grain of poor people. But what about Africa's most resilient grain? A grain that grows even in drought, transforms your gut microbiome, and fed millions for thousands of years. Number 9. Millet. Millet is largely known in the modern Western world as bird food, and that's a tragic misunderstanding, because for thousands of years, especially in Africa, India and Asia, millet was a grain that fed millions of people. Drought-resistant, fast-growing, and nutritionally extraordinarily dense. In biblical times, millet was widely cultivated in Mesopotamia and surrounding regions. In Ezekiel 4:9, God tells Ezekiel to make a grain mixture for bread, and millet is in that mixture. Why? Because millet does something unique for the gut. Millet is rich in resistant starch, a type of fiber that isn't digested in the small intestine and reaches your colon unchanged. There it serves as premium fuel for your beneficial bacteria. Clinical studies have shown that regular millet consumption increases gut microbiome diversity, one of the strongest indicators of a healthy gut. A diverse microbiome means more resilience, less inflammation, and better immunity. Millet is also naturally gluten-free, perfect for people with celiac disease or gluten sensitivity, and it's rich in magnesium, phosphorus, and B vitamins. Traditionally, millet would be boiled or cooked as porridges, meals, or desserts. It has a mild nutty taste and is surprisingly versatile. Millet was forgotten because wheat and rice overshadowed it, but for gut health, millet is superior to both. Millet was Africa's secret weapon. But what about the sacred seeds of the Andes? What the Incas called the mother of all grains, and one of the only plant-based foods that provides complete protein. Number 8. Quinoa. Quinoa is technically not a grain, it's a seed, but in the ancient world it was used like a grain, and the Incas called it the mother of all grains. In biblical times, quinoa wasn't in the Middle East, it was native to the Andes Mountains. But the same principle applies. Ancient communities knew which seeds were powerful by observing how well their bodies functioned. Quinoa is a complete protein, meaning it contains all 9 essential amino acids. Very few plant-based foods can do this. But what really shines for gut health is this. Quinoa is extraordinarily rich in prebiotic fiber, and not just any fiber, the kind that specifically feeds the most beneficial bacteria in your gut. Research has found that people who regularly consume quinoa show higher levels of bifidobacterium in their guts, a bacterial species critical for gut health and immune function. Quinoa is also rich in antioxidants, especially quercetin and camphorol, which reduce inflammation and prevent cellular damage. Traditionally, quinoa seeds would be boiled or cooked just like rice. It has a mild nutty flavor and a pleasant texture. Quinoa exploded as a superfood in the last decade, but Andean communities have known this for 5,000 years. A seed that feeds your gut, strengthens your body, and kept people standing for generations. Quinoa was the Incas' power. But what about the Aztecs' sacred seed? So powerful that Spanish conquistadors tried to ban it, but never succeeded. Number 7. Amaranth. Amaranth is very similar to quinoa, technically a seed, but used like a grain, and in the Aztec Empire, amaranth was sacred. The Aztecs used amaranth not just for eating, but in religious ceremonies. They would make statues from amaranth and honey. Then they would consume them, combining nutrition with spirituality. Spanish conquistadors saw amaranth as dangerous because it was central to Aztec culture, and they tried to ban it. But amaranth survived. Why? Because it was too powerful. Amaranth, like quinoa, is a complete protein, but it's also extraordinarily high in lysine, an amino acid that's scarce in most grains. Lysine is critical for tissue repair, calcium absorption, and immune function. For gut health, amaranth shines like this. It contains high amounts of soluble fiber, resistant starch, and polyphenols, all working together to feed your gut microbiome and reduce inflammation. Studies have shown that amaranth can reduce intestinal permeability, the condition known as leaky gut, by strengthening the gut lining and supporting tight junction proteins. Traditionally, amaranth seeds would be popped like popcorn, boiled or ground into flour. It has a mild earthy taste and works in both sweet and savory dishes. Amaranth survived thousands of years because it worked, and now modern gastroenterology is rediscovering its effects on the gut. Amaranth was tried to be banned but survived. But what about one of the world's oldest grains? A grain cultivated in Africa for more than 5,000 years and helps prevent colon cancer. Number 6. Sorghum. Sorghum is one of the world's oldest grains. It's been cultivated in Africa for more than 5,000 years, and it's largely unknown in the modern Western world. But for millions of people, especially in Africa and India, sorghum is still a staple food. Drought-resistant, thrives in hot climates, and is nutritionally dense. In biblical times, sorghum was grown in Egypt and surrounding regions. It was the grain of poor people, but in the body, it was doing more than rich people's food. Sorghum is naturally gluten-free, perfect for people with celiac disease or gluten sensitivity, but its real power lies in its fiber content. Sorghum is rich in both soluble and insoluble fiber, regulates bowel movements, prevents constipation, and feeds your gut microbiome. Research has shown that sorghum can reduce colon cancer risk by protecting the gut lining and preventing the formation of harmful compounds. Sorghum is also rich in polyphenol antioxidants, especially tannins and flavonoids, which reduce inflammation and support gut health. Traditionally, sorghum would be boiled, ground, or fermented. It has a mildly sweet taste and can be used for both porridges and breads. Sorghum was forgotten because wheat overshadowed it, but for gut health, resilience, and nutrition, sorghum is superior. Sorghum prevents colon cancer, but now we're getting to something really interesting, because the next grain is well known in the modern world, but most people don't understand how powerful it is. Number 5. Oats. Oats are well known in the modern world, but most people don't understand how powerful they are. For thousands of years, oats were a staple food in Northern Europe and Scotland. A grain that grows in cold climates, nutritionally dense, and incredibly filling. In biblical times, oats weren't common in the Middle East, but the same principle applies. Ancient communities knew which grains worked best. Oats' power comes from beta-glucan, a type of soluble fiber that doesn't just pass through your gut, it actively lowers cholesterol and balances blood sugar. Beta-glucan forms a gel-like substance in the digestive system. This gel binds cholesterol and helps eliminate it from the body before it gets reabsorbed into the bloodstream. Clinical studies have shown that daily oat consumption can reduce LDL cholesterol by 5 to 10%. This might seem small, but long-term it significantly reduces heart disease risk. Oats also feed your gut microbiome. Beta-glucan functions as a prebiotic, feeds beneficial bacteria, and supports gut health. Traditionally, oats would be cooked as porridge, hot, filling, and nourishing. It has a mild, nutty taste and works with both sweet and savory dishes. Oats were never forgotten, but most people think of them only as a breakfast food. In reality, oats are a premier tool for gut health, heart health, and metabolic balance. Oats lower cholesterol, but what about a grain that's almost disappeared in the modern world? The grain that ancient Egypt valued enough to place in pharaohs' tombs. Number 4. Emmer wheat. Emmer wheat has nearly disappeared in the modern world, but for thousands of years, especially in ancient Egypt, it was a staple food. Archaeologists found emmer wheat in Egyptian tombs, valuable enough for pharaohs to take to the afterlife. In biblical times, emmer was cultivated by the Israelites. It's one of the grains listed in Ezekiel 4:9, the mixture God told Ezekiel to make bread from. Why was emmer so valuable? Because it's very different from modern wheat. Emmer is an ancient wheat. Its genetics weren't manipulated like modern hybrid wheat, and that means it behaves differently in your gut. Emmer has higher protein, more fiber, and richer mineral content, especially magnesium and zinc. It also contains lower gluten, and the gluten structure is different, which makes it easier to digest for some people. Research has shown that ancient wheat varieties are less inflammatory than modern wheat, especially for people with gluten sensitivity. Traditionally, emmer would be ground as whole grain, preserving fiber, vitamins, and minerals. Then it would be baked into bread, porridge, or meals. Emmer disappeared because modern wheat provides higher yields, but for nutrition, gut health, and digestive ease, emmer is superior. Emmer was valuable enough for pharaohs, but now something's happening, because the remaining 3 grains, these aren't ordinary grains, these are the foundation foods of the ancient world, grains eaten every day, every meal for thousands of years. Number 3. Buckwheat. Buckwheat, despite its name, is not wheat. It contains no gluten, and for thousands of years, especially in Russia, Japan, and Asia, it's been a staple food. In biblical times, buckwheat wasn't common in the Middle East, but the same principle applies. Ancient communities knew which seeds worked best. Buckwheat's power lies in its resistant starch. This starch isn't digested in the small intestine, it goes straight to your colon and feeds your beneficial bacteria there. Clinical studies have shown that buckwheat increases gut microbiome diversity, one of the strongest indicators of a healthy gut. Buckwheat is also rich in rutin, a powerful antioxidant that improves blood circulation and reduces inflammation. In Japan, buckwheat noodles soba have been a staple food for centuries. It has a mild, nutty taste and works in both hot and cold dishes. Traditionally, buckwheat would be boiled, ground, or fermented. In Russia, buckwheat porridge kasha was a daily meal. Buckwheat is a niche food in the modern Western world, but for gut health, blood sugar balance, and cardiovascular health, buckwheat is extraordinary. Buckwheat fed Japan and Russia for thousands of years, but now we've arrived at number 2, and this grain appears again and again in the Bible, at Jesus' table, at ordinary people's tables, in poor people's bread, but in the body, it was more powerful than what the rich ate. Number 2, barley. And here we've arrived at number 2, barley. The grain of ordinary people. Soldiers, fishermen, farmers, people just trying to get through the day. In the Bible, barley appears again and again. When Jesus fed 5,000 people, the loaves were made from barley, not wheat, barley. Why? Because barley was cheap, the grain everyone could afford, but what poor people ate was more powerful than what the rich ate. Barley contains the highest concentration of beta-glucan fiber found in any grain on Earth, and beta-glucan is extraordinary for gut health. Beta-glucan forms a slow-moving gel in the digestive system. This gel feeds beneficial gut bacteria, reduces glucose absorption, pulls LDL cholesterol out of circulation, and reduces chronic inflammation. Clinical studies have shown that regular barley consumption improves gut health, heart health, and metabolic balance. Barley is also rich in resistant starch, reaches your colon unchanged, and feeds your beneficial bacteria there. Traditionally, barley would be cooked as whole grain porridge, soup, or bread. In traditional Middle Eastern cuisine, barley was in every meal. Barley was never flashy, but people who ate it every day, prophets, fishermen, farmers, had strong guts, healthy hearts, and resilient bodies. And 3,000 years later, gastroenterologists and cardiologists are still trying to arrive at the place the Israelites were already standing, and now we've arrived. Number 1. This is the grain that brings together every other grain, the grain God mentioned directly to Moses, and the grain modern nutritional science is still trying to explain. Number 1. Whole wheat. And here we've arrived. Number 1. Wheat. In Deuteronomy 8:8, when God is telling Moses about the Promised Land, he lists 7 specific foods, and at the top of the list is wheat. Wheat wasn't accidental. Wheat was intentional. For thousands of years, wheat became the foundation of civilization, bread, life. Communities were built around wheat. But here's the critical detail. The wheat the ancient world ate is not what you find in modern supermarkets. Ancient wheat was whole grain, bran, germ, endosperm, everything together, nothing removed, nothing refined. And this changes everything. Whole wheat is rich in fiber, vitamins, minerals, and phytochemicals, all working together to support gut health. The bran provides prebiotic fiber, feeds your beneficial bacteria, and strengthens your gut microbiome. The germ provides healthy fats, antioxidants, and vitamin E, prevents cellular damage, and reduces inflammation. The endosperm provides complex carbohydrates, slow-burning energy that keeps your blood sugar balanced. Clinical studies have shown that whole wheat consumption increases gut microbiome diversity, reduces colon cancer risk, lowers type 2 diabetes risk, and improves cardiovascular health. But what happened to modern wheat? It was refined. The bran was removed. The germ was removed. Only the endosperm remained, stripped of most fiber, vitamins, and minerals. Refined wheat is not whole wheat. It's a different product, and it behaves differently in the gut. The ancient world ate whole wheat. Every day, every meal, and for thousands of years, this grain fed communities, healed guts, and kept people strong. God didn't list wheat accidentally. Wheat was designed to be the foundation of human nutrition, and when consumed in its best form, whole, unrefined, alive, it's still one of the most powerful grains. 10 grains, all of them pointing back to the same truth. Gut health isn't built with expensive probiotics or supplements. It's built with consistency, eating whole grains every day, every meal. The ancient world knew this. Their guts were strong because they ate these grains every day, for generations, without stopping. The modern world refined these grains, processed them, and forgot them. And the result? A gut health crisis. IBS, bloating, inflammation, food sensitivities, all exploded. But the solution was always there. Simple, whole grains, the way God designed them. If you were going to pick one grain from this list and make it this week, which one would it be? Drop it in the comments below. I genuinely want to know which one you're starting with. If you got something out of this video, hit the like button and subscribe so you don't miss what we put out next. And if you're still curious, stick around. The journey's just getting started.